Hello, horror fans. It's me, Cass,
Kylee.
and we are in the midst of Trick or Geek. And
Trick or Geek.
yep, this is the first episode of our Halloween lineup. We have some really great episodes coming forth. But today we are talking, just the two of us, about a movie that really just kind of makes perfect sense for Halloween, which is 13 Ghosts, because it takes the paranormal, spiritual side of things, but takes like the vibe from like House of Wax and like House on Haunted Hill, combines them together. And I mean, we get a roster of characters.
Literally.
Literally.
Stacked cast.
Yes, stacked cast. I mean, we have a whole Black Zodiac, so we have a whole slew of ghost characters to be unleashed.
And an evil villain.
And a secret evil villain.
Yeah, bro. I can't wait to talk about that part.
Yeah. So, and it's also got some pretty killer performances from people that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be in a horror movie.
Well, it's got some great, like, just the undertones we talk about a lot with a lot of movies that we do that are not quite just horror.
Yeah, this is family dealing with trauma, the way that trauma affects us, the way that trauma can be weaponized. I mean, just so many different greed.
Yep.
Really, truly, just all kinds of different things, different themes. And it's kind of crazy to really think about. But it always kind of bothered me too. They just rolled up to the house, saw that it was all glass. It was like, that's cool.
Yeah, nope, not me.
I mean, like, I might have gotten shit for not having curtains before, but like, I have walls.
Okay?
Okay?
Bro, my front door has a glass window and I fucking hate it. Like, I've been begging for a different front door for years. I don't feel like it's safe. It makes me nervous. And my whole living room is all windows. Like,
I know.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Kylie's
Give me some walls and a good, steady, protective door.
Yeah, see, I feel like that's what sold me on this place is like not only did it have room, but it's an apartment on the top floor. There's only a bottom apartment, and there's only one room that's got two windows. That's the kitchen.
Dude, me and my family would not last in something like that.
Oh, we would. We love it. Like, I like just being able to walk in, not have very many reminders of reality around me. Just be in my own bubble.
Zane's screaming and stimming. I'd have the cops at my door all the time.
Yeah, I think we were pretty lucky because our neighbors have a understanding with us. We have a kind of understanding with them. Like, unless somebody's getting murdered down there, if you're yelling at your kids at 2:00 in the morning, I'm not gonna press you because guess what? It's okay. Now the neighbors next to us, if I hear them at 2:00 in the morning, I'm gonna flip out. But my neighbors,
I feel like there's certain kind of like levels of that and types of neighbors where like it's acceptable and others where it's absolutely not.
Yeah, in original episodes of this podcast, because I didn't have the best equipment at the time, when we would film, you would hear everything. Like, I make a joke about how when we first set up the mic, Brittany went into the bathroom, and I heard her in the bathroom, and I heard baby outside the door of the bathroom trying to get in. But like literally, we would pick up the neighbor kids all the time, and we made it a running joke that there were demonic kids below us, like that were enhance the noise.
Remember when we got Julian and Ryder in an episode?
Yes. Yeah.
You were like, I'm keeping that in. I'm like, no.
I mean, it was this is in the days before we really knew how to edit.
Yeah. We were still on Zoom.
Yes, we were before
and
we
I was
were
the new girl.
Yeah, before we were on Zoom, we were on Spotify, where we would do it literally in the actual platform and record just like off rip, and you couldn't stop it.
Oh my god.
We were in some wild, so like you would hear baby snore underneath our feet. Baby would literally, you would hear, he figured out how to push the door at one point in time with his head. So he literally bust down the door, and you'd hear like the door flip open and him like, meow.
Well, you've seen me freaking jump or look over because Ryder's like outside the door and is wanting in and is like scratching or just like coming and like laying down and slamming his body up against the door because he's mad because he's not allowed in here. I would let him be in here, but he'll want out, and no, I don't have time for that.
No, that's my thing with Brinley too. Brinley would try to do some weird shit. She'd like lay on the computer or something. She would just be all over the place. But yeah, it was wild. We had a celebrity guest one time. I think it was Gavin. It was Gavin one time, and we were on recording, and Brayden just busted open the door. Like he was half asleep, and he busted open the door, and he was like, "Mom." And then he walked right out and went back to bed.
Julian did that. I think it was when Voss was on, or maybe Joe. I'm pretty sure it was when Voss was on last month, and he was knocking on the door, and he knows not to like mess with me when we're filming, and he's really good about it. So, but I thought like there was like an emergency, but like Dakota, you could figure that out. No, he was coming to tell me I went outside. What?
Yeah, you remember we were on with Weston, and Brayden just was knocking on the door, and then he just opened the door crack and was like, "Mom," and I'm like, "Kid, you know I'm on. I thought you were done by now." No.
Summertime.
Yeah,
summertime. Brayden, Zane, Jillian are a whole nother like unhinged type of gremlins.
They are, which actually really like goes back to what we were talking about, because like I could not imagine being these people's neighbor. Like there's a reason that this is so remote, because if you tried to build this house next to somebody, they would consider it a crime. Yeah.
I mean, I feel that way about, I'm not going to say it.
This is for Horrorcraft After Hours. One day we will do
maybe that. For the Patreon.
Yeah, maybe we'll be like the cancel podcast where we'll just allege thing. We'll just like hitch around things, and then you have to pay for certain tiers, and we'll spill the whole fucking TTU.
I'll spill the whole TTU. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
For the low fee of $15.
We're kidding, guys, but we do. We have great tea. It's piping hot and tasty.
It is, but I just curtains. I'm the kind of person, do your own thing, but I'd be out at a glass house. So, with that said, grab your runes, Also, by the way, before we get into where I'm about to start the intro, it is October. This movie is nowhere to be found. You can watch it on AMC Fear Fest, but it is not on the AMC Plus app.
Yeah, you gotta be a ride or die AMC Plus Fear Fest person like I am, and like I'm in a whole group, and they post a schedule, so you'll have to catch it then. I have caught it once while I've been doing my annual AMC Fear Fest watch, which I'm not gonna lie, I like AMC Fear Fest this year, but I'm not very impressed with just the commercial promotion that they usually play, like in between. And I'm also not really a fan of Black Phone 2 trailer every 5 seconds.
Oh, it's in Peacock too. Because I was not caught up on Law and Order SVU the other day. I watched it like a day later, and I had like my Bravo shows. It played on every fucking episode, and we're talking 2 different.
Yeah, like, dude.
Different.
Every commercial break of anything I'm watching, and you know what? It's got me worried.
Yeah, well, I feel like they're just pushing it hard because
you don't need to. Yeah. But we'll save that. We'll save that for towards the end, guys. My bad.
It is okay. It's a preview, but if you have it, it's a good time to pull out your physical media and watch it. If you don't, I would say Vudu, Fandango, which is now Fandango at Home, Amazon Prime, a lot of those will be digital copy sales for Halloween. So I would imagine this is one that is going to get marked down. So also, it's only like $2.99 to rent some places.
Yeah, maybe. It's like, I'm sure probably like $3.49-ish, like on Prime to rent. It's not nothing too crazy.
It's worth the rental, so go show it some love. But if you haven't seen it, go watch it, come back. But if you have, buckle up. Grab. Sorry, I did that wrong. Grab your runes. Make sure if you're not, carrying them around with you, you could get behind a safe wall that's got some protection for you. And just be careful who you trust, because when it comes to ghosts, you just never know. So we're going to go ahead and cue the music. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Horrorcraft
Podcast. We were just there for a minute, but so 13 Ghosts. The craziest thing about 13 Ghosts, before we even get into this, is the director of 13 Ghosts is Steve Beck. Steve Beck has only directed 5 films. His 5 films they're smaller projects, but he does this movie and then goes on and does Ghost Ship and then dips out of directing.
We need you to come back, Steve Beck.
Yeah. Because arguably, so Ghost Ship, 13 Ghosts was 2001. Ghost Ship was 2002. We've already done Ghost Ship. Did an incredible episode on Ghost Ship. But arguably, the beginning sequence of Ghost Ship and the beginning sequence of 13 Ghosts are some of the most memorable opening sequences in horror. For two very particular separate reasons. Like the opening of Ghost Ship is way different than the opening of 13 Ghosts. Like Ghost Ship.
Steve Beck came back for Ghost Ship and said, "Hold my beer, watch this."
Yeah, I mean, he definitely, I would say Ghost Ship is obviously the most memorable because there were a lot of people that were killed in Ghost Ship in the opening sequence. There's a lot of people that were killed in the opening sequence of this, but I would argue that there are more people killed in the opening sequence of Ghost Ship.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you just have, because I mean, it's a whole cruise ship that gets murdered. But I mean, a lot of people just remember being sliced in half. This movie, we got a ghost with an aggression problem, and they're trying to tackle him in, a salvage yard, which is probably not the greatest place to ever, like, just not a great place, period. But like,
nothing really good happens in a junkyard. Look at Nightmare on Elm Street for
Christine.
This is not really, I mean, it is kind of horror adjacent because there are a lot of sequences in this that are horrific. Breaking Bad, like when Jesse and Walt are in the freaking camper and Hank shows up and that scene always like puckers my butthole. It does. Like, I'm just always on the edge of my seat, even though I've seen it a million times. They're gonna get caught. But the junkyard order just comes through. What's another one? Halloween Ends. The junkyard in that, when Corey is like just snapping and he kills the band kids, which they deserved it. I'm gonna say it. But the guy in 13 Ghosts didn't really quite deserve it.
So if you don't count the junkyard scene at the beginning of the movie, the body count is 4 in this film. 13 Ghosts. So this is real time Googling.
Yeah, but are we counting the mom?
Ooh. Yeah.
You don't see anything, but you hear everything.
I feel like if you count the opening sequence, there is 12. If you count the mom, there is 13. If you count the mom, though, you have to count all of
the
ghost, which would then be 24. Yeah. Comparatively, I'm a little scared to even type this in. I feel like I'm going to get put on a list.
I felt that way the other day Googling. There was I told you there was skeletal remains found near the area where my hometown is, and I was just curious about certain things, and I may get put on a watch list, but it was all for science.
um, I'm not talking about real life. I'm a little scared that people were it's pulling up the ghost ship, the accident that happened.
I see your brain loading.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I know, so Dead Meat did it, and I'm going to put it in there. I know Dead Meat, James A. Janisse, their producer went through and counted it, and I think it was like 200 and something.
For what? Ghost ship?
For Ghost Ship. Like they literally like went through and count, like, because if you think about it, the opening is easier to count the opening of 13 Ghosts, because Ghost Ship,
Yeah.
like, people die in the first
People died.
in the first 18 minutes. Like, you have, if you think about it, like, somebody has to have some incredible freeze frame skills to go through and watch, like especially when that wire hits and everybody gets chopped in half, they'll have to freeze frame and be like, did that person actually die? Like, did I see them? So
people died.
People did die. I mean, people died in this movie.
Our faces.
I mean,
people died.
And that face is warranted, though, because so many people die in the opening of that. I remember I talk about, like, the fact that this traumatized so many people that I went to sleepovers over. And it's because, like...
Yeah, and we're just sitting there with the popcorn like, oh, yeah, this is so
Well, the first time I watched it, I feel like I was a little traumatized, but I really didn't know, like, too much into horror. But then again, I'm also the same psychopath that went back and watched it, like, 12 different times afterwards.
Yeah, I think... I was desensitized to things in life at the age of, like, I don't know, I was like maybe, it came out in 2003.
Yeah.
So I think 2002. Okay, so I was 11. Yeah, I was already pretty desensitized by life at that point because of trauma. So it's fine.
So apparently, this is according to some random website on the internet. I'm just going to preface this. Never heard of this. It's called List of Deaths Wiki. I didn't know this, but apparently there was 1,117 deaths in Ghost Ship.
Dude, that has to be the horror movie of the biggest and most kills of all time. Hold on.
I feel like Final Destination's kind of got him. One of the Final Destination movies has to get him. Yeah, you know what? Think about it, Kylie. The one Final Destination movie that is the Raceway one, where, like...
So according to Google, it is saying the short film called Ms. Blue, I might be saying that wrong, came out in 2023, 800,000. How the hell do you kill 800,000 people in a short film? The second one is Dude Bro Party Massacre 3, which came out in 2015. Never knew that there was a first one. 4,295. Zombieland Double Tap, 2019, 376. Final Destination, the first one, 292 deaths. Why is Ghost Ship not even on this list?
Because I feel like people don't count the beginning because I feel like that is kind of an impossible thing because how many people actually how long did it take them to die?
Okay, so I'm looking at Dead Meat Wiki. You got Amos Blue, the first one. The second one, Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. Return of the Living Dead, 4,038.
Oh, yeah.
The Last of Us, kill count for games. We're not talking about games, y'all. Deep Rising, 460. Outlast, another game. Zombieland Double Tap. Hellraiser 3, 358. Final Destination, 292, like I stated. Another game, Resident Evil, 200. We're not talking about video games, Dead Meat Wiki. Yeah.
I feel like this is why we have Dead Meat and James A. Janice because
doing the Lord's work.
They're doing the Lord's work because I'm looking at Final Destination 4. And
dude, why? I just don't understand. There's just Ghost Ship is nowhere to be found. Let's see what Reddit says. Gosh, here we go. Our ADHD squirrel tangent. We're hyper-fixated on.
Well, I feel like what the answer is go watch the kill count because I'm guaranteeing you the kill count. And listen, the kill count is a great gauge for it because I would say they're saying on-screen deaths. If we're talking about implied deaths, I feel like there are.
It doesn't really count.
Yeah, that's why.
But then again, like I feel like for 13 Ghosts, the mom, but you hear everything.
Yeah, but I feel
but then again, you don't know that was she was technically murdered. Spoiler. Or not.
I mean, we never get answers on whether or not the uncle actually.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, they never actually say if he was the reason why his wife died or if he just.
Yeah, he was because Matthew Lillard's character says that he was responsible. And then the dad, Tony Shalhoub's character, punches him. But because he was like, I didn't know that was your wife. Because I was like,
according to Google, the uncle did not kill the mom. The only thing that the uncle did is that he showed up and collected her soul. She died in a house fire caused by a stray log from the fireplace igniting the Christmas tree.
Well, whatever. He was working with shit that we can't see. He could have had one of them ghosties move that log, all that jazz.
That might have been from the original 13 Ghosts movie, though.
What?
The old one. Oh, yep. The old one, he doesn't kill the mom. The new one, he does. He said, yes, Cyrus kills the mom, though not directly. So, yeah. So, either way, hell of a way to treat your family. I guess that starts off our synopsis, which is be careful of what you do. So, this movie is really kind of cause and effect at its most simplest form. So, if you've never seen the movie, again, it's not currently on streaming, but this is your last chance before a massive spoiler is put in effect. But this movie is kind of what you would imagine the greatest ghost story ever told that just so happens to have a house attached to it.
And just lots of different ghosts with different backstories. You have some occult things at play, the Black Zodiac. You have science. You have ancient spell books and things and stuff. All the things and stuff. Money.
Yeah, so the basic synopsis of it is we start off the movie with Cyrus, who is a man with a fortune who is hunting ghosts, and he gets caught up in hunting those ghosts. And we turn to his nephew, who has experienced a loss, experienced his wife passing away, which has left him and his two kids without their loved one. The great Raw Digga is in this movie as the nanny. I absolutely love her in this. She's the realest one.
Yep.
But she
actually Bobby may be the realest one.
Oh yeah. Bobby just doesn't, he don't give no shits.
He reminds me of Braden.
He really actually does, now that you said that. So, although I feel like Braden, I have not said this out loud yet, but Braden is into ghost hunting at school.
What are you talking about, man? What are they teaching him there? What are they teaching him there? Why are adults letting kids ghost hunt Cassandra? What the hell's going on with my nephew? I'm concerned. We know where this shit goes.
You know where it started.
Did you sign a permission slip?
I mean, they asked me if he could go around and do the, his all it is him like Scooby-Dooing it around the school, like with a little fucking notepad. Like, it has spawned into him watching an absorbent amount of Sam and Colby videos on haunted houses. So now he's talking about going to some of the same places that Sam and Colby have gone to.
He's not allowed it. No. You can tell him I said that.
Listen, we'll be together in a week. We'll bring up this conversation then, okay?
Come on, Britt. Come on. We got a little chat.
But, like, legitimately, I just want to say this conversation that I had 2 days ago in the car was, Mom, my friend, his grandma said it was okay for him to come ghost hunting with us at the White Hill Mansion. Which I don't even know what the White Hill Mansion is. But all I know is it's a Sam and Colby video.
Hold the phone. This is in Fieldsboro, New Jersey. Okay?
So my son wants to take a field trip with his friends to New Jersey to go ghost hunt.
You know what? We're going to take him to the Waldorf Estate of Fear in Layton, PA. We're going to Hell House. If he wants to go ghost hunting, what is the school doing, Cassandra? He's supposed to be learning math and social studies and reading and science. Like, what do you mean?
He's learning paranormal
Do not tell
science.
him that there are apps he can download to actually...
Oh, he knows. He knows. It's all on YouTube, Kylie. This is why we gotta watch the YouTube kids.
Is he still on Messenger? Brayden, you are cooked and fired. You are not to ghost hunt.
But
no ghost hunting without
your mom and I.
Yeah. Without your mom and I.
You want to know why it's even extra funny? For those of you who are listening out there and don't know about...
It's so funny because if you're about to say what I think you're about to say, like he's getting into horror, but he's not...
Well, but he also...
That's an intense thing!
He told me, he said, Mom, I found out that the Warrens Occult Museum is going to be at Scarefest with you and Aunt Kylie. I think you guys need to bring some things to protect yourself. I'm like, Brayden, it's not like
you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
But we're not going anywhere near.
No,
I want nothing to do with nothing to do.
No, but he was like,
No.
Mom, just stay away from Annabelle. I was like, I'm not planning to go around her, Brayden.
Annabelle's going to be there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lordy. I got to go to Rose's shop.
Anyways, yes, Bobby is very much like Brayden. Because that would be Brayden's, like, that, like, Bobby talks about death. Brayden's breakfast conversations are now, Mom, do you know about some of the haunted forests in Japan? We could go there.
No!
I'm like,
no!
What do you mean?
They have that's like the suicide forest.
He wasn't talking about that one, thankfully, because I thought the same thing. Apparent red flags were put up in my head, but apparently he's just talking about some like random Japanese forest with samurai legends.
I thought it was about Jillian talking about skinwalkers and chupacabras. No, this is... No.
Brayden's talking about haunted amusement parks.
No!
The other day, he's supposed to only be on Messenger Kids. So this is just PSA for parents. Please watch your YouTube Kids. Because apparently if you have the same, if you're logged in on the same device, my child has now figured out how to switch between YouTube Kids and my actual YouTube. So messed up my algorithm.
I mean, he's going to be 13 in December, but...
And listen, the only thing he's watching are different videos, but tell me why, I think it was last week, he's eating Cheerios and all of a sudden is listening to a video about Chernobyl and how the theme park at Chernobyl is haunted.
I mean, I guess this is a gateway to things and stuff. I do like Sam and Colby. I think that they're...
Oh, I actually...
Yeah.
I'm okay with him watching their videos because I actually think a lot of their video... I would prefer him to watch their videos or like Selena Spooky Boo or Call Me Chris.
Yeah,
versus some others. Like, I think that's great. And to be fair, like when he's Googling stuff for horror movies, a lot of them are like at his age range.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he's like searching Five Nights at Freddy's, and then certain
Yeah.
things get suggested.
I mean, that's better than Julian finding Jason videos and of the scene of Kevin Bacon getting the bow and arrow through his neck.
I mean, I'm kind of impressed with it. He already knows about the Tom Savini.
I am too, and I'm trying to be supportive on his Jason journey.
I feel it. So, but so Bobby, the reason that we were saying that is Bobby has a uncharacteristic fascination with death since his mom has passed away.
And calling his sister a slut.
Yep. The honesty to a fault. Yeah. I feel it though. And you are right. It is Brayden, because sometimes I forget that Brayden's, just got his headphones on in the back of the car. And then he'll be like, I would do worse. I would run him over with a car. I'm like, that's a felony.
That's a felony.
I'm going to need you to calm down. But Arthur and his family get a knock on their door from an attorney who just happens to represent his long forgotten uncle, which is the man from the beginning, who leaves him a house. They all go to the house. The lawyer takes them there, and it is a giant glass house with ruins on it. Once they get in there, everything is kind of activated. In a way, it really gets activated when the attorney goes to try to take his money and so happens to activate the machine. But basically, the house is a machine that is part of the Black Zodiac. And Arthur and his kids have a journey ahead of us. And Matthew Lillard pops up. Matthew Lillard is the psychic from the beginning of the movie that helped Cyrus, and helps Arthur try to get his kids out of the maze. But we have a cast of characters when it comes to the Black Zodiac. So this is the coolest part of the movie. This is what a lot of us remember growing up. So we have the firstborn son, the torso, the bound woman, the withered lover, the torn prince, the angry princess, the pilgrimess, the great child and the dire mother, the hammer, the jackal, the Juggernaut, and then the 13th ghost. We end up finding out who that is. So, this movie is great. It's got such a great design to it. The house, if you want to know the story behind each character, I would highly encourage you to do so. Some of them are some of these guys are fucking psychopaths, and others of these are people that just
you understand. You understand why they're
the hammer. The hammer,
the angry princess.
Yeah, the hammer. He is the ghost of an African American blacksmith, George Markley, who lived in a small town in the 1890s. He was wrongfully accused of stealing by a white man from his town, and when threatened with exile, he refused to leave town. A gang led by his accuser hung his wife and children and burned their bodies in revenge. George used his sledgehammer to beat the culprits to death. He was then subject to a cruel form of frontier justice by the townsfolk. He was chained to a tree and executed by having railroad spikes driven in his body with his own sledgehammer. As a final touch, they cut off his hand and attached the sledgehammer, handle and all, to the hand that was cut off. His ghost is seen with the railroad spikes protruding from his body and a sledgehammer for a left. So, really, the hammer, he's one of my favorites, I'll be honest, but
that was gonna be one of my questions. Who was your favorite ghost?
So I really like the Hammer. I like the Hammer because finding out his backstory, I felt like he was one of the ones that didn't really ask for any of this. That's when I knew his backstory, because his backstory, if you think about it in a way, it's kind of similar to Candyman.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a similar sense. I mean, like, obviously they're very different, but like the way that justice was done, like frontier justice was done upon him, I think that's part. I think for me personally, I kind of knew seeing the Pilgrimess, and like she's one of the few that actually don't like try to actually harm, like she won't fuck with you if you don't fuck with her. I kind of peeped it like, oh, she's a witch. That she's a woman that was burned at the stake.
Who do you think is like the scariest one? Like if
the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is because he's the one in the beginning, and he's the one that actually does end up killing people.
Yeah.
I think because his story, like, although
it's kind of fucked up too.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucked up, but like he was evil to begin with. Like part of his backstory is he picks up female hitchhikers and he feeds them to his dogs. Like, and you know, they brought him down in like a hail of bullets, but like how he kills people in the beginning of the movie is how he killed people in real life. So he's terrifying. I would also say, the Jackal's another one. I think between the Jackal and the Juggernaut, they're the scariest.
I would say my favorite even story would be the Angry Princess.
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like the Angry Princess, even when she tries to hurt what's her the daughter, I feel like she's only doing that because of her own shit that's like fed by this thing. But like the fact that she was this beautiful woman who just like kept tearing herself apart and felt like that's what she had to do. So I have a crazy question. If you were part of the Black Zodiac, what would be like your moniker, and what would your like backstory be?
Well, shit. I think I would be almost, I feel like I'd be a cross between the Dire Lover, which is the dad's wife, and the Angry Princess, and the Dire Mother. I think that I would have, okay, let's see. This is going to be really dark. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Because like I'm in recovery and I overcame that and became a mother, and my kids and my husband mean the world to me. Something horrific would happen to them, and I would do bad things to people.
So you would Liam Neeson them.
Yeah, but then the cops would take me down. But in doing those things, I would be doing drugs.
Oh.
And like it would be almost kind of like a police standoff, and they'd take me out, and then I would feel the grieving mother. Well, what about you?
I think mine, I feel like this is, I thought about this, okay? I also feel like being on the wrong side of Dracula talk right now
Here
is
we
probably,
fucking go.
but Dracula is, well, it's evolved in a way, okay? I was inspired by this. But mine would be like the scorned lover.
Yeah.
And mine would be like, I fell for the wrong person and I got out of that situation. I found the right person and that person murdered the person that I love. And so I did awful, horrible, unspeakable things to that person and took myself out thinking that I would reunite with the person that I'm yearning for, and instead end up part of the Black Zodiac. The reason I said I was inspired by...
Well, we are going to get flagged
so much.
They just got real dark and demented real fucking quick.
Real fucking quick. But no, it just... So, obviously, I've watched the new Dracula movie, Dracula Love Tale. If you could hurry up bringing it to the States, I'd give you money now. Like, bring it onto the VOD, bring it now. But I think I was inspired because, and I think this is a reason why women are kind of obsessed with it right now, is because we are in a sea of fuck-ass men. Like, a good man is hard to find, and listen, am I going to sit here and say that the new Dracula is historically accurate? I'm not going to defile my vampire credentials by saying that, okay? But I get why people like it and why I like it, and it's the fact of that this movie does more with their romance than 10 Dracula movies. Like, they establish a whole romance with them in 15 minutes that not a lot of the other Dracula movies could do. So when she dies, you feel it because he is he's throwing himself off his tower. He's continually there's a scene where he's over and over and over again throwing himself off and they won't let him die. He falls in her grave and falls asleep on top of it. I mean, he's yearning for her for our 400 years. And in this version, it's not she's looks like his lover, but is somebody else. She's actually the reincarnated, she remembers his love. The more and more he gets it.
But he didn't fuck her dead corpse, right?
No.
Okay. Because I've seen enough of that this week.
I'm kind of scared to ask why. Oh, with Ed Gein. Okay. Enough said. It's sad that I knew what you were talking about.
Me and Dakota were talking about it to the ABA therapist today, and just...
It's a wild thing to talk about. But yeah, no, it's more or less visual cues. He doesn't touch their bed. He has on her side of the bed, he has her gown on there, and it's a whole thing. So he talks about asking a priest 400 years ago to save his wife, and he didn't do it. But there's very good monologue. So it just made me think I feel like that would be my villain origin story. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm not a very nice person when you mistreat somebody I care about. So I think it would take a lot to get me that far, but I feel like it would. So that would be my answer. But because I think a lot of this, like the dark zodiac, I think a lot of people think that a lot of these people like brought it upon themselves, but like the
No,
pilgrimess,
they didn't.
she was just a woman that spoke up and was strong-willed.
Even if the ones who, you know, were bad, because I think the one that scares me the most is like, or looks wise, it would be the Jackal. And I mean, the story is rather horrific. He was born to a prostitute, and he like lured women, raped them, and prostitutes. But I think like aesthetically, he's just terrifying. But I think, you know, some of these people, especially who didn't deserve what they got, to have their soul trapped and binded to this, you know what I mean? And you're in the afterlife. This is for fucking eternity.
Yeah.
There's no crossing over to wherever you're going. You know what I mean? And yes, some people are deserving to go to that steaming hot paradise below, but some people, I think they don't deserve that.
No, and honestly, I think so. This kind of jump points into like our next part, which is talking about the trauma, because you go from the trauma that all these ghosts have, like a lot of them have either inflicted or have been inflicted on them, to then.
But this family's got this family has trauma. I mean, they lost. I mean, every mom, we're the glue that holds the fucking family together. And you know, not only did they lose their mom, like they lost their home, and like he's struggling financially.
Yeah,
real bad.
And he's struggling to connect with his kids too, because I think a part that's kind of conveyed, and Tony Shalhoub does a good job at this, but the part that's kind of conveyed internally is it hurts for him to be around his kids in a certain aspect, because he reminds them so much of their mom, and that's painful. I think we could, like, people who have been through trauma can understand that. If you have that bond,
I could say it's one of my sister's dad. It was before I was born, of course, but he passed away when she was 3. And you know, we've talked about my mom, and just we've all had complex relationships with her, and I think because of her dad passing, I think that was a contributing factor, because I can't imagine. I mean, I can, because there's a certain way to treat your kid, like, but you kind of get it.
Yeah, it could be one way or another, because respectively, you know, my grandparents lost their son, and Braden is kind of a little bit of a copy of my uncle. And I could say respectively, Braden, and seeing Braden and watching Braden grow up has kind of helped my grandparents in a little bit of a way. Not completely, but just in a way where the darkness isn't able to touch them as much. Obviously, you're never going to get over that, but just feeling like a little piece of my uncle lived on with my son, I think. But having that complex relationship, it is. And obviously, that's then how Arthur gets kind of bamboozled, as they play upon his trauma. He'll do anything to save his kids, because he's already lost his wife. He feels like he's let his kids down, and they kind of make him believe that only by sacrificing himself will he save his kids. Yeah. And really, his kids needed him more than that.
Yeah.
So, and it's sad, because another part of this movie is Matthew Lillard's character. He can see the ghost. He can connect with people on a psychic level. He's never.
I think his character was almost, granted he was driven by some greed things, but I think it was almost kind of like one of the ghosts, but living.
Yeah, you understand that he might have started out with good intent because he talks about how isolating life is for him.
Yeah.
And when he realizes that he put these people in this situation, he kind of is the reason Arthur is able to get his family out. And he realizes
the uncle or whatever, he says something like he accepted me for who I was, and he didn't have that. So you have just that. It's almost like a Jim Jones.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
yeah,
that, but like just that kind of scenario.
No, I would definitely say that he preyed upon his weaknesses. He gave him some kind of identity, and because of that, he felt loyalty to him. Then realizing that he kind of got sold like a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So, before we wrap up, what is your favorite kill in this movie?
I really like the lawyer.
Oh, what's so funny about the lawyer?
He didn't deserve it, but I just thought it's just.
Oh, I feel like he did deserve it because he knew what he was doing, putting them in there.
Yeah.
And I say that with love because the guy that plays the lawyer, he's in one of my favorite hyperfixation movies from sci-fi. There's a sci-fi movie called Odysseus and the Voyage to the Underworld. It's on YouTube. It's got it's got Arnold Vosloo, who's Imhotep.
I'm not watching nothing you recommend from sci-fi, Cassandra Lee.
Well, basically,
you go straight to hell. I love you, but
did you ever read the Odyssey in high school?
Nope.
Okay, well, it's basically like when Odysseus is coming back from war, he gets stranded on an island, and it's an island that is ran by Persephone, who's the mother of hell, and he's like one of the components that can get her out, and that's kind of what it is. Because then after that, he goes back home, and that's when everybody's doing fuck shit, and it takes a long time for him to be reunited with the. I know Greek history, Greek folklore, ancient history. I took many classes on this.
This is a fucking side tangent. I always wished I was Greek growing up.
Oh, yeah. My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yes, and I remember telling my mom I wish I was Greek because they had a big family and we didn't.
That's sad. Comparatively, I remember watching.
That really is fucking sad.
It's so sad. I really, I kind of relate to that though, because I remember watching the Selena movie with Jennifer Lopez and being obsessed with it. And I'm like, why? I am German. And I'm like, I have no Hispanic blood in me. And then going to Colorado and finding out, I'm like, this makes sense. So now when I watch it, I was like, I was right all along. I knew it. I felt that rhythm in my soul. I related to her. But I remember. Oh my God. I remember watching that the first time. And listen, you are an awful person if you watch that movie and you don't bawl your eyes out.
I can't watch it anymore. I watched it a year ago for like my mom's 1-year death anniversary, and that was always like a movie that we like to watch. She would literally always call me and message me, Selena's on, and she'd always sing the songs, and it just fucks me up, and I just choose not to.
Yeah, so the lawyer in this movie, I'm just like, Odysseus.
I just thought it was cool.
Yeah, that one's cool. Listen, the beginning scene and when the one guy gets picked up and like crunched in half and gets thrown, like where people get thrown around, I like that for some reason. I'm like, that's pretty cool. So, because I don't like Matthew Lillard dying. I absolutely,
I don't either. It fucking guts me every time.
The one that I actually really enjoy is when Kalina dies in the end. I'm like, haha, bitch. Yeah,
that was
you
a
shoulda.
sneaky fucking whore. A sneaky fucking whore.
Cause like you're already gagged when Cyrus is back. And
and well, you find out like they all play a part in trapping.
And she killed her own husband.
Yeah, and you're gagged by that, and then you find out she just, she comes in to like save the day, like Captain Save-A-Ho, and it's completely under
false
pretenses, fucking evil, and like. When fucking Cyrus shoves her like in the seat because like there's a page out of the book missing, and she's like, "Oh my god, you're a fucking clown! You're a fucking clown."
I mean,
and he's old enough to be your dad. You nasty.
I mean, but we know people that delusional, so
we do. I don't fucking care.
I mean. Everyone knows somebody that is that delusional.
Wrinkly balls. Wrinkly old balls in your mouth.
Oh my gosh. Well, and my thing is like, damn, bruh, not only did you kill your husband, but like you stole his like life work from him and like gave it to this man because he had money.
Yeah, and like Cyrus died. Like, what the fuck were you like? I spend the eternal life or whatever. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, he didn't die. They faked his death.
Oh, they fit.
Yeah, they faked his death, and then he did really die. But in the end, yeah, I mean, he signed everything over to Arthur, though. So, like, how would you have gotten that back? I guess, if the world's ending, like...
I mean, they could have killed him, and it would have been, like, no, it would have went to his kids.
Uh-huh. So what?
I don't want that fucking house.
Not only that, like... That's not even a cool way to unleash the apocalypse. At least with Cabin in the Woods, they're like, you know what? Fuck it. These people try to kill our friends. We might as well unleash these motherfuckers on the world.
Yep.
I feel like that was the way to do it. But like, what would you have unleashed? Like,
I don't fucking know.
I don't know, but
what do you think about freaking? I get Paramount Plus supposed to be doing a series on the 13 Ghosts and exploring more of their backstories. Like, we need it, bro. I'm watching this over again after not seeing it for like years. Like, we need it. Come on.
I want it. It's just, I think it's wild to me because they've talked for years about it. First, it was Netflix. Then I
want Netflix to do it.
Yeah. Then it was somebody else. Now Paramount Plus is. Here's the thing with Paramount Plus, though. Paramount Plus says they're going to do a lot of them. Like a lot of we're gonna do.
We're gonna do another season of Dexter, Original Sin, and then fucking cancel it and decide not to because Dexter Resurrection did so fucking wonderful. Which I get, but like Dexter Original Sin was really fucking good, and like there was just so much more to be explored there. Like an ungodly amount of things to be explored with that, and characters, and just how things came about to be with certain things, and it's just fucking go to hell.
I mean, it's kind of the same way that they were going to do that prequel series about John Dutton, and what's his face that plays the young John Dutton was supposed to be in it, and they scrapped that. And supposedly they're still supposed to be doing a Rip and Beth sequel.
Yeah, they're coming out with the one
with Casey, which I actually think the Casey one would be cool, because like Casey kind of got shafted in Yellowstone.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I want to see Rip and Beth first. You can come out with that one next, but I want to see Rip and Beth first. I'm sorry.
I want to see Rip and Beth first, because I would really like to see more about Rip before he kills his dad.
Yeah.
And more about, like, if there are ways that catches up to him, like him actually having an identity. I don't know. I do know the reason that they probably waited on it for so long is because I know Cole Hauser and Sheridan were like suing each other for a minute.
Yeah.
Over coffee companies or something. I don't know. It was like a whole
Taylor
thing.
Sheridan, I love you, but you're a little a hothead, and I need you to reel it back in.
Okay,
and just get to make
but here's the thing.
Okay?
They just had an article today about Kevin Costner supposedly shoving one of the people on Yellowstone, and that just came out like earlier today. I don't know if it was something. Maybe it was like he accidentally did it. I don't know. I like Kevin Costner, so I really just don't.
I don't give a fuck. That's my dad, bro.
Yeah.
My TV movie dad.
So I just, but I would love to see them do a series for 13 Ghosts, but the only thing that concerns me about that is I would like it if they just do a limited series and that we just get like backstory on them. I would definitely hate to see them try to connect it together and then I
think it'd be cool if they did some kind of sequel type thing and you're seeing the kids, but then again, I just really want the backstories of the ghosts, and I think that could be easily done.
I think if they're ever going to do a sequel, they need to just do a whole other, a brand new concept. Honestly, what they need to do is they need to have it relate to the first one in some way, but it's a whole new Dark Zodiac. It's a whole new situation, and it's a whole new thing. Maybe let Matthew Lillard's ghost pop up in it.
Yeah.
I mean, that could happen. He was a ghost, but I just, I don't know. There are some things that make sense to do stuff like that with. I don't like the online hate that the Welcome to Derry prequel is getting. I think that's kind of dumb when in the book and the movie and the miniseries, they talk about this happening throughout years and years and years. So it would make sense.
Be fucking grateful because they didn't have to.
No, and honestly, we didn't have to get an accurate, like, and the thing with Stephen King movies is a lot of them back up into each other. That's why they did that Castle Rock series for as long as they did, where they did the one that was about like Green Mile prison and the stories in it. And then they did the one about Annie Wilkes. So, I mean, some things make sense. I feel like 13 Ghosts, if you're doing an episode about each of their stories, because we kind of already have that with YouTube because that was a special feature on this. They did a whole animated thing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff just on the internet about each ghost and the backstory, but let's just dive deeper, man.
Yeah, I'm okay if you're going to talk about doing an episode for every One, but if you're going to try to then tether it into something that isn't going to make sense, and you're going to try to spin it into like a whole, like, not everything needs to be like an Anne Rice Immortal universe or like a Walking
And
Dead verse.
I have a very controversial, spicy suggestion.
What?
I'd like to maybe see Ryan Murphy do it. Don't yell at me.
Yeah, I don't think so. The one person that I think I would love to see do this, I would love Fed Alvarez to do this, that did Don't Breathe and Alien Romulus and the Evil Dead remake, because he is very good at an atmosphere, and I feel
Osgood Perkins.
See, I feel like with this, that probably wouldn't be his. He is more like, he is great at what he does because he knows the ABCs of horror. I think this is more of like a, I don't know, this is something kind of, you're going to need somebody that like how they did House of Wax 2006, where you took the Vincent Price movie and you turned it into a way that made sense for the new generation, but mollywopped you in the face with
I just need Jason Blum, Jordan Peele, who else? A24, to stay the fuck away from it.
I mean, Jordan Peele, I think, would be fine, but Fed Alvarez kind of impressed me because with Romulus, he really had to step outside the box from a lot of what he does normally with different things. And you had to turn what made you great for an Evil Dead movie and a movie with a very hard protagonist and make an alien movie. And I think that's a hard thing to do. So watch this movie. It's great. If you like haunted house movies, if you like things with atmosphere, if you're a fan of The Changeling, Session 9, Hell House,
I'm wearing my Hell House shirt today because it is
Hell
House opening night day.
Congratulations to everyone that got murdered on this night. You guys are the GOAT.
That's why we made a post.
Yep. So check it out. But before we take this ish over to Patreon, we're going to talk about our movie of the week. For me, this is a movie that makes sense for this time of year. Makes sense with this movie. If you think it doesn't, well, this is just my opinion. So you don't like my opinion, scroll off the page, please. Waxwork. Waxwork is on Tubi. Waxwork is a great movie. It's got Zach Galligan in it. We will be in the same room as Zach Galligan next week at Scarefest. But it is about a group of teenagers that get invited to a waxwork museum that just so happens to open on their block. And they think it's a great idea to go to this place at midnight and are surprised when their friends start disappearing. But seriously, this is great. It's a wax museum of horror figures. You get sucked into one of the wax displays. If you don't make it out alive, you turn into one of the wax figures. Great movie, great concept. Probably one of my top 20 Draculas in this movie. So, but yeah, that's my pick. It's on Tubi. Go watch it. There's a second one. Tell me if you liked it. You could tell me if it's trash. Just go watch it.
Mine is, it's not really like Halloween, but it's terrifying in its own right. I was talking to my friend Alex. Alex, I love you, and thank you for reminding me of this movie-ish. I watched Signs the other night. And
my gosh.
I haven't seen it in a long time, and me and him both were watching it and messaging each other. And that movie is so fucking good, and so just those aliens in that movie are fucking terrifying. Okay,
That scene where the alien, where it comes from behind the bush when Joaquin Phoenix is watching it, there's a part of my soul that never recovers from that. But no, I remember that distinctly. Or when they come out from the basement and the aliens, and they see it in the TV. It's like the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, when M. Night Shyamalan was cracking out bangers like that.
bro, man, can we go back? Please, can we go back to this type of filmmaking? Like, I beg of you.
Yeah, I
Please.
remember how Signs was just like revolutionary for that time period.
Yeah, it truly was, and it still holds up all these years later, and just the storyline, all
And
of
Mel
it.
Gibson in a horror movie.
Yeah. Well, he was in Monster Summer. I fucking loved him in it. Like, I loved it.
I loved him. I loved him in Monster Summer. I feel like he is one of
We will open you with arms wide open, or whatever Creed says.
Yes, we will open up the gates for you. And we are here.
Here.
I listen, I'm not saying he's a great person, because there are some things that have happened in the past that I'm not cool with. However, he makes a great movie. I would also advocate.
I just don't think we should be. I don't know. It's the whole cancel culture. I don't think we should just be writing everybody off unless they're doing shit to kids or doing shit to women.
Well, I mean, he did do shit to kids. He was awful to his own child. So he was awful to people. So
I mean, like raping them.
Oh, well, I mean, listen, I'm not a fan of you personally as a person, Mel Gibson, but you do make a good movie. So I'm going to give you that. But yeah, Signs is a good one, and Signs is also widely available during this time. So
it is on Hulu right now.
Yeah. So listen, next time you have a girls' night, take it to the fucking haunted house, and not actually to the haunted house, because listen, I'm not really liking how the capitalism is ruining that whole vibe right now.
Yeah,
Also,
I have to agree.
It's getting a little too creepy with the way that some people are getting touchy-feely in haunted houses on both sides. So skip that whole entire situation and just watch 13 Ghosts with your friends. And if they don't know about it, it's your cue to terrorize them. So do it.
Well, the real monsters are the people that are behind the masks.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. I will also say, if you're looking for some really cool ideas, I'm just going to shout them out really quick. Room for Scream, Gigi, that we know, she's been doing horror-themed, like, snack boards with, like for each different theme of a movie. And they're pretty fucking cool. So do that.
I haven't seen those, but didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
So I don't really pay attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been seeing really cool snack boards and different knacky knacks.
Yeah, she's done some really cool ones, some out the realm kind of movie ones. So get creative, get weird, have fun with your friends. If you're already going to be doing the whole boo basket thing, you might as well put the movie in to enjoy too. So that goes out to all the boyfriends out there. If you've got a horror girlfriend, she doesn't just want a boo basket. She wants you to plant your butt on the couch and watch a movie with her. So get a spooky blanket and do the Lord's work. That's all I'm going to say. So on that cue, I'm going to take us out to Patreon. So until next time, it's me, Cass, and
Kylee.
And we're the Horror Motherfucking Craft Podcast. And this is spooky season. Come back and watch the rest of our episodes. And if you are at Scarefest at the time of watching this episode, please come find us. We are actual people who will say hi to you.
Yes.
So, but until next time, bye and stay spooky. Bye.